how to use tmux. So this is a video about tmux shortcuts. We'll start with the basics. Opening tmux, just tmux, press enter. You can exit out of tmux by doing Control B and then D. D is for detach, and tmux is still running in the background, but you can't see it at the moment. But you can get it back by doing tmux attach, and that'll bring you back into your tmux session. You might start working on a document, for example. So here's my doc. And you can also do screen splitting, which is really cool. One more time we'll do the background thing. So use Control B and then D for detach. Now I'm saying Control and B, but for different systems, depending on what you've got installed, that shortcut might be different. It might be Command B or something else. That's known as the tmux activator or session to activate the mode for giving tmux control commands. So if we go back into our tmux session, we're back here. Let's now do a screen split. So I'm going to split the screen vertically. So I'm going to do Control B and Shift, then quotes. So that's horizontally. So to do vertically, it's Control B, Shift, percentage. That was Control B, Shift, percentage. When I say Control B, Shift, percentage, I don't mean do all of those 4 characters at the same time. I'm pressing Control B, I'm letting go, and then I'm pressing the next instruction. All that Control B does is it activates the tmux program to listen for the next command. So now I've got 2 screens open. Let's say I open another window here, maybe let's open Nano in this window with a story. Let's just write some Python actually. Main.py. So we're working on some Python and we want to say print hello world. And on the right hand side, let's run that Python. So we'll say Python main, and it's running, we need to say what version, there we go. So it's running our script. Let's do that all the time. So we'll use the watch program to keep running that every 2 seconds. That's a little bit too slow for my liking. So let's say we run it every 1 second. And I'm doing Control B and pressing the right arrow to move over to the right side. And let's just say something more interesting. So let's import time and just get the date. Sorry, import date time, or from date time, import date time, and we're going to just print out a new date time. I think that's the right way to do it, and we'll find out by the output on the left. And sure enough, I've not given it enough information. So let's say, that's a really good error message. We're going to say year equals 2022. There we go. Month, okay, I can see a pattern here. And let's go with 1. Does it require the day as well? Probably. Yep, there we go. And the day, let's say the date 1 as well. There we go, we've got a date. So things are getting a little bit more messy. Let's do Control B to the left. Let's add another window. So let's do Control B percentage. Wrong one, Control B quote. And let's just have top running. So we've got our process tree running in the background as well. Now let's see, I want to have a bigger look at the process tree because it's getting quite small. I'm switching between windows by doing Control B and then pressing the arrow keys to go between them. There is another way to do it, I've forgotten what that is, where you can select which window you want. But I'm going to go to the left and then down, and I've got the top output active. So I want to make that big, so I'll do Control B Z, so Z for zooming. And now it's big. Now I want to minimize it or make it smaller. Control B, Z again, and we're back to where we started. Let's say that I'm running out of space on Vim and I want it to go wider. I can do Control B and then hold down Control, and I can move the window or resize it left or right. You can also do Control B colon, or sorry, you can do Control B Shift colon, and I think it's called resize, and you can say something like 30. Sorry, I've forgotten that, but you can do that general concept of Control B colon resize. Quick Google, you'll find out what to do there. Maybe you have to give it pixels or something. I can't remember, sorry. Another cool thing, of course, with Vim, which is what a lot of people find very cool, is synchronization. When you're logged onto multiple machines, you can have the same things you type. So let's say in this screen 1, here you've got a command, and in screen 2 you want the same typing to happen because you're logged into a different system, but you want the same commands to be ran on each of them. For that you can do synchronization of the panes. So I'm just going to quickly turn that off, turn this screen out, and let's turn on synchronization. So for that it's set synchronization, set synchronized panes, and now if I type ls, it replicates the commands everywhere. So we're doing the same. On your local computer that makes no difference because it's the same computer, but you might be logged into multiple machines and therefore running the same command on each of them. There are better ways of doing this with tools like Ansible, Terraform, a good old bash script, but there are times when it's useful to do this on multiple systems. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off. Control B colon set synchronized panes. It's quite common in tmux to have those same commands to turn on and off, so it's like a boolean, you turn it on and off. Alright, so for splitting those panes, what I did was, sorry, not for splitting them, for turning it on for the synchronization, it was Control B colon set synchronized panes. To turn it off, Control B Shift colon set synchronized panes. To exit a screen, it's simply exit. To split a new screen, Control B quote, so that's CTR, and then I'm pressing B at the same time, lowercase b. And to temporarily close tmux, it's Control B and D, so Control B D, and to reattach it's tmux attach. Okay, that's the end of the quick overview of tmux. I hope you find it useful.